Hello everyone, welcome our Vsol INCE introduction video. Today's video is about the Vsol INCE project and member management. This tutorial is based on version v1.1.2_2501230.838. Project and member management is divided into project management and member management. In project management, devices can be controlled to belong to a project or a group within a project, and other users can be given access to the project, or the project can be shared with other users. Member management can control the various permissions of the members participating in the project, such as project member management, device access permissions, alarm access permissions, etc. First, let's show you how to add a new project. Log into INCE and click Add to add the new project, Project 1. Enter a project name, where you can choose whether to create a default project role. The differences between the three default project roles are described later. In a project, you can also create groups to distinguish between different devices. Click Project, select Project 1, and select Add Group to add Group 1. Enter a name to add a group. How to move a device to a corresponding group will be explained later. Once the creation is complete, there are two ways to move the OLT into the newly created project. In the first method, you can directly enter the OLT webpage and directly change INCE-SN to the project ID of the new project, which is recommended for the newly registered OLT. Click SNMP, Remote Server. Change INCE-SN to the project ID of the new project. Click Submit and wait for OLT to connect INCE again. Go back to the INCE page and modify the project you viewed. You can see that OLT has been subdivided into the new project. In the second way, you can use the Move button to move the OLT project. For example, we move the OLT to the default project. Click Move. Select the current OLT project and the project you want to move. Select the corresponding group for the item you want to move. Click Button to move. Then return to the management page to check. Here we can also move OLTs into different groups. Click Move, select the corresponding Group 1, and click Button to move. Return to the management page to check. We can create multiple roles for different maintenance tasks on the project. Click on Member and click on our newly created project to see several default roles for our project. The Tenant Administrator is the highest privileged role that has full read and modify rights to the project. The Manager is a project administrator who has full administrative authority over the current project. Compared with project management, Operator lacks the permission to manage members. Guest only has read permission and cannot manage the configuration of INCE. However, you can view the running data of OLTs and enter OLTs to configure OLTs. In addition to the default roles, we can also create custom roles. Click Add to add a role. Here we only give it the permission to view the device, and only allowed to view devices in Group 1. Click Confirm. There are two ways to assign this role to different accounts. For an unregistered account, click User, Add User, Fill in the account number information and click the corresponding role to assign the account. We can use the account we just created to test. And after logging in, we can see that we only have the permission of the device. For already registered accounts, we need to use the sharing function based on their access rights. Click Home and select the project to share. Select the character we created earlier. Enter the email address of the account you want to share. Log into the shared account to check permissions and click Switch Management Space to view Shared Project. That's all for this course. Thank you for your attention and listening.